NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, new information on what led to the death of an Illinois police officer.
Plus, authorities in Beloit need your help to find the owner of this car after she hit a child on a bike and drove away.
And small businesses are going after customers who post negative reviews online. Now some on Capitol Hill are trying to put a stop to the review retaliation. Good morning. Our big story at 11. New details this hour on the death of an Illinois police officer.
A news conference just wrapped up a few moments ago. Here's what we know. Fox Lake authorities announced that 52-year-old Lieutenant Joseph Glenowitz killed himself in September in what they are calling a carefully staged suicide. They confirmed Glenowitz had been stealing and laundering money from the Fox Lake Police Explorers Club, which he oversaw. He then used that money for personal purchases, mortgage payments, and travel.
Now, on the day he died, Glenowitz radioed that he was chasing 3 suspicious men. His death sparked an extensive search for suspects involving more than 400 officers, helicopters, and canines in Fox Lake.
This is your Weather Authority forecast.
I'll tell you what, after a cloudy and cool start to the day, the question was out there. Is this it? Is this the beginning of the big cool down? Not quite yet. The sun has now broken through, and that's all we've got out there. Crystal clear skies, plenty of sunshine, and with those clouds now burning off of our area, you can still see a little bit of cloud cover out to the west, but we're actually looking at sunshine through the rest of the day today. So current conditions have us sitting at 62 degrees. We're going to watch for those temperatures to rapidly rise through the afternoon. And by the time we get into the evening tonight, we'll watch temps drop back down from the upper 60s into the 50s. Should be a relatively mild night. However, coming up with a complete Weather Authority forecast, the cool down is ahead. Increasing clouds tonight are just on the front end. We'll talk about rain chances and the big cooling trend that'll have us down into the upper 40s. I've even got some below freezing overnight low temperatures. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Ashley?
Carlos, thank you. In our continuing coverage, police in Beloit need your help finding the driver who hit a child and left the scene. It happened around 8 yesterday morning at the intersection of Madison Road and McKinley Avenue. This is surveillance video showing the driver making a left-hand turn and hitting the child on a bike. The child was treated for minor injuries. The car is described as blue in color. If you have any information about this incident, please call Beloit Police. A Madison restaurant will now have to cook off-site after it was denied use of its outdoor meat smoker. Double S Barbecue moved from its location in Cambridge to Monroe Street in Madison last month. Residents near the new location voiced concerns over the air quality from the smoke. Public health leaders tested the air before, during, and after moving in. The air quality checked out, but the Madison Plan Commission still denied the conditional permit.
The House Budget Committee will vote today on borrowing more than $350 million to help pay for road construction projects over the next 2 years. If the funding is not approved, current projects around our state will have to be delayed. Meantime, the speed limit is going up on several highways this week. That includes U.S. Highway 14 in Dane County and Highway 151 in Dane and Columbia counties. DOT says this is phase 2 of a project that began last summer.
In developing news, Japanese auto parts maker Takata is promising not to repeat problems involving its defective airbags. The comments came after U.S. auto safety regulators said overnight that it will fine Takata up to $200 million over the way it handled the recall of airbags prone to explosion. Meantime, Honda Motor said it will not use Takata airbags, starting with the cars it is currently developing. Honda had been the biggest client for Takata's airbags.
This next story is amazing, and we have the video to prove it. A Texas bus driver is being called a hero after students took shelter from a passing tornado inside his school bus. These students last week were boarding Pepe Ramirez's bus for their daily trip to San Antonio when an EF2 tornado swept through the South Texas town. Watch here now. Surveillance video from inside the bus shows Ramirez getting all 11 students inside, and here he is struggling to close the door against 120-mile-an-hour winds.
I don't see him as a bus driver. He saved our lives. He's not just, a man that drives us. If it wasn't for him, I mean, if it wasn't for him, we would not have been here. I probably would not have been here myself, you, or anyone else that was on the bus.
Ramirez received an award from the school district for his quick thinking. And now to a consumer alert that may have you reading the fine print a little closer. More small businesses are going after customers who post negative online reviews. We've heard of this right now, especially in the news.
It's definitely making the headlines, but now some lawmakers are trying to stop this practice. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports.
The power of a keystroke, scathing online reviews, fighting bad service. But can the company fight back?
We were scared. We were stressed. We had no idea what was actually going to happen.
Jen Palmer's husband ordered her gifts from a website called cleargear.com. She says she never got them, so she posted a harsh review saying these people are horrible to deal with. But then the retailer charged the couple $3,500.
What scared me more wasn't the fact that they were coming after us because I wrote a bad review, but it was because they were hitting his credit for something I did.
They're called non-disparagement clauses, allowing companies to take action if a customer's bad review could hurt their bottom line, and they're popping up more often, from online retailers to wedding vendors.
We see it as an issue of consumer rights, consumer freedom.
Senator John Thune is the chairman of the Commerce Committee. He's introduced legislation to ban customer gag clauses nationwide.
This is really sort of online bullying, when you intimidate and create an atmosphere of fear that a consumer can't express their views about a product or service online.
But right now, the clauses are allowed in every state except California. So what should you do before you bash a company online? First, read the fine print. If the clause is in the contract, you may want to take your business elsewhere. Second, don't make things up. There's a fine line between a bad review and defamation. And third, don't ignore it. If a company does fine you for a bad review and sends the bill to a collection agency, it could ding your credit score for years. That's what happened to Jen Palmer's husband, so they sued ClearGear, and after years of court battles, a judge awarded them $307,000. ClearGear's parent company did not immediately respond to our request for comment and did not respond to the lawsuit. The website's current owner told NBC News the brand will be dissolved later this month.
If you don't want bad reviews, don't provide bad service. It seems so common sense to me.
And that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting. A hearing on the proposed bill is scheduled on Capitol Hill today. The authors hope to get it passed by the end of the year.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Spooky.